developing a stronger accountability system using student achievement data. She has redefined central office work to concentrate on student achievement and align resources to support teaching and learning. Current efforts include increasing STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math, opportunities for students at all levels. Dr. Everitt has emphasized the need and importance of partnerships to support public education. She serves on a number of boards to include our own Chamber Board, Aiken Technical College Commission, the USC Aiken Commission, Public Education Partners, and the Aiken County First Tee. And I can tell you from first-hand observation, she's one hard-working, dedicated school superintendent. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Beth Everitt.
Good morning and thank you. Gosh, 200 people showed up for this. Whew, no pressure here. How about I invite all of you to come to a board meeting one night? That would be great. First, I would like to welcome my board members. They've introduced themselves this morning. Nice to see you here. And also our principals. This is a busy time for principals for them to come this time of morning when things are going on, so we thank you so much. And first, thank you for all of you who supported the campaign for the 1-cent sales tax, particularly our legislature who gave us the opportunity to have that vote. So we are excited, we're ready, we're prepared, and we're off to a great start. And you see, what you'll hear our campaign is follow your penny. Got it. Thank you. Okay, so the first thing that happened is we passed the sales tax. That was wonderful. And now we're into the hard and exciting work. As you know, if you've ever built anything, there are a lot of steps from conception to construction. But we're ahead of that process in Aiken County because before even the 1-cent sales tax, we put out a request for proposals to hire our contractors and our architects. That gave us a jump start because that's a laborious process, and so we did that ahead of time so that we are ready to go. We also selected the method for construction, and that's called construction management at risk. That's a new process for us this year, and we hope that will be effective and give us the most school for the best price. With CM at risk, the total cost of the project is locked in ahead of time. And so the contractors out there, they know what this is all about. That means that the risk and the incentive to stay on cost and on budget resides with the contractor. So we think that's important for us because we'll have really meticulous planning and contracting up front, and we'll have lots of help from experts to stay on that budget because we want to make sure we do the best we can with the pennies that you gave us. After the selection of the architects and the contractors, the very first thing that we're doing is having dialogue with school communities. And what that is, staff sit down with principals and parents and others, and they talk about what is the use of the building. Is it going to be an English wing, a science wing, a cafeteria space? And that conversation begins and drives what's called the schematic design. That sets the parameters of the building. It's like the big umbrella. It's what's going to be in this building. The next step are the architects put more details to that design, and then it goes back to that committee. Back and forth until we get what we think is the perfect design for that building. Once that's all done, the next step is a construction document. Those are all those details that are so critical to make sure that the building will be done correctly. All along the way, the South Carolina Office of School Facilities has to approve each of those steps, and that's important to know that. And this process, also the Board of Education approves each of those designs. And as you heard, along the way, there's community input, principal-teacher input on each of those steps. This process takes between 8 and 12 months. And the taxes begin coming in March of this year. And we plan on bonding that money, as we talked about earlier, to jumpstart the process. We don't want to save up for 3 or 4 years and then start building. We want to bond up front, borrow that money at today's cost, and get those buildings started. I see a principal nodding his head. Yes, Johnny, we're doing it as fast as we can. And then, of course, the facilities begin at that point. Aiken High School. We selected architects and contractors from South Carolina. We're proud of that. And we will be asking them to, as much as possible, to use local subcontractors. As you heard, we already selected our method for construction. And some of the first decisions on the design is how big is the footprint. We'd like to build as big as we can at first because we want to take advantage of today's building costs. The other thing that will, early decisions, in a part of the design is flexibility. What we build today has to last for many years. And how we taught our kids 5 years ago is not how they're taught today or how they'll be taught 5 years from now. So the building has to be very flexible so that technology can stay up to date and that the rooms and the whole building can be reshaped and reused over tens of years because, you know, as we build, we use them for many years to come. And so in Aiken High School, just starting very next week, the community and teachers will begin those first conversations about what we want in this first building. So that starts next week. We're very excited. That will include teachers, PTA members, school improvement councils, citizens advisory, the board members themselves, and many others. So next week, if you're at Aiken High, Mr. Kofer, where are you? We're excited. Are you ready?
I'm ready for you.
Yes. And based on our timeline, a conservative estimate, we will see some construction starting about this time next year or earlier. We'd love to say earlier, but we don't want to disappoint Mr. Kofer and the kids. But we will definitely have shovels moving this time next year. And remember, at Aiken High School and North Augusta, we're building these buildings while school's in session. So we have to build as quick as we can and as safely as we can. So it's like moving chess pieces. You put a building up, you tear one down, you tear one down, you put one up, you put fences up so the kids don't go near construction. The recent building at Aiken High School, you guys were amazing. Not one incident of a student having an issue. They did a great job. So we know our students can handle that kind of thing, and our construction and our workers were wonderful. So we expect nothing but the same for the next projects. At North Augusta High School, it's a similar process, and we also have selected South Carolina contractors and South Carolina architects, and of course we have our own Aiken County construction company. We're very proud to have them with us. At North Augusta, they have one building that's going up right now, and again, they will begin the process very soon of talking to teachers and faculty and community to decide what is that first building's function. And Mr. Murphy, you're ready, right?
Yes, ma'am.
A little more enthusiastic, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And they are on the same timeline as Aiken High School. LaBelle McCampbell is a little different. Instead of a rebuild, it's a brand new building. It's on a site next to Byrd Elementary School, and that was donated to us, so that helped us very much. We will be using historic elements from the beautiful LaBelle McCampbell School to carry that theme of Graniteville and the community, and also tie in Byrd Elementary that's also there. This is exciting because this is the first middle school that we can build from scratch since 1997. So it's a wonderful opportunity to build a school ready for the future. We're particularly looking at science, technology, engineering, math features, and have visited schools in North and South Carolina to see how that middle school can, from the ground up, be ready to prepare our kids for college and the workforce. And so, how do you follow your penny that you so generously gave us? You all know Diana Floyd and Dee Baldwin were so instrumental in helping with this campaign. Well, we met right before Christmas and talked about how do we continue this energy and the positive comments about the district and education. And so we're I'll tell you about that in a minute, but they said, how about a campaign called Follow Your Penny? So we said, great, and every time you see that penny, you know it has something to do with the construction projects. Our website, which is live as of this morning, will have photos, budgets, timelines, and for the very first time in Aiken County Public Schools, there'll be a live camera at each of the construction sites. Don't get nervous, Mr. Reynolds. We're watching. And so is the whole community. So it's an exciting, I've done this in another district, and it's exciting to be able to turn on your computer and watch buildings be built. It's fun for the kids, and it's fun for everybody in the community to be a part of seeing things come from the ground up and see these buildings come to life. Also, the Oversight Committee will be selected this next Tuesday night. That will be a committee of citizens following the taxes as they come in, the bonding, how we spend our money, and so they will be tracking all that and putting out reports to the community. That report will also be online. Also, the two-way communication committee, under the guidance of Mr. Hightower, we had a communication committee, and we're revitalizing that to bring people in to help us be as good as we can on communicating what's happening in and outside the district when it comes to these projects and other things that are going on in the district, so that we'll be inviting others to join us. And finally, on the link, you'll see the penny, and it'll be a tab to ask questions and get answers. You'll get either a personal phone call back or information back from the computer. And Ms. Piccolino, you're back here. Ms. Piccolino, our public information officer, will be helping with that process. So as you see, we're excited, we're prepared, and we're ready, and we have a great start on this campaign. So thank you who helped make this happen. It's clear that you believe in education, and we hope, and we're certain in the near future, we'll be just as proud as our schools, even more so, and proud of our community. So thank you.